This is the Puff Puff Midge. I've got a size 18. It's kind of a scud looking hook. This is going to be a dry midge pattern, and I'm going to be using a Nanosilk. This one happens to be an 18-aught, and you'll probably make fun of the name, but I didn't name it, but it suits it, and it's really easy to tie. It's a great fly to fish, especially with the midges. Easy to see on the water and floats really well. So we're just going to go ahead and get our thread started here. I'll turn that thread a little bit counterclockwise just to flatten it out a little bit. Our Nanosilk's not going to leave much in terms of bulk. So I'm going to end up taking a couple passes back and forth just to cover up the darkness of the hook. And this Nanosilk will allow me to not only do that, but do it and keep a pretty thin profile on it, which is what you want to do with a midge anyway. So I'll take a pass or two up. This is gray thread. I think I don't know if I said that or not. I told you what kind it was and what size it was. And it's going to form really the body here. So we're not going to worry too much about tying on any other materials, because this is going to be it. So that's going to do me. I'm going to take this back down into the bend of the hook here. From here I'm going to give myself just a little bit of extra thread. I'm going to turn to my secret weapon, which is going to be a black Sharpie. I'm going to turn my vise a little bit just so that thread is hanging, so I don't accidentally color my thread black right up on the body. I just want the thread to be black. So I'm just going to color it on both sides, make sure that I've got a nice even coat of the black. And here, this small section of black thread is going to be the ribbing on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and take that down, and then I'm just going to create kind of an open ribbing on our painted black, Sharpie black thread. And with that we have a really nice body with the ribbing on it, all just using this Nanosilk. So next I've got a piece of razor foam in white. See, I've kind of cut the tip on that a little bit. I'm going to secure that down on our hook next. I don't care that that's wrapping around the side. I do want to keep this centered on the top of the hook shank. I want to take some kind of tight wraps. You don't want to go too tight or you'll cut right through the laser foam here. And I'll land just in front of the eye, not quite up to the eye, but just about. I'm going to go ahead and fold that laser foam over the eye. I'm just going to take a few wraps to kind of lock that in place. I may pull it back and take a wrap around the hook eye and bring that back forward. So we're going to create a little wing on this, and we're just going to use oiler puffs. I'm using a white oiler puff here. I've already got one selected. I'm going to have this going over the front of the hook. I'm going to kind of pull on that to just kind of bring those fibers together. And I'm just going to take a loose wrap over the top, bringing it about around towards me here. I'm just going to take a couple of wraps. I'm going to take a look at it. It's a little long, so I'm going to take this butt end here and I'm just going to pull on it to shorten that up a little bit. That's going to do me just fine. I'm going to go ahead and take another couple of wraps just to secure that down. I'll pull everything back and take a wrap or two around the eye of the hook. Now we're just going to give ourselves a little bit of extra thread, and we're going to whip finish right in front of underneath that foam right behind the hook eye. I'm just kind of pulling everything back. Release that from my whip finisher. Pull it nice and tight. I'm just going to grab my thread cutter here. Now we're just going to go ahead, we're going to grab our scissors. I'm going to pull this butt end back, and I'm going to cut it off. And I want some of that to kind of show, so I'm not going to cut it too short. Just about like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with the foam. I want this to just be barely over the eye of the hook. Just about like that. And with that, there you have it. The Puff Puff Midge. Really great pattern. You can see how quick and easy it was to tie. Not a lot of materials, not too difficult. It's going to work well. If you want to keep this from spinning, you may turn it upside down and put a little dab of glue right on the thread wraps underneath. But other than that, it's good to go. So grab yourself a hook, throw it in your vise, and give this one a shot.